Welcome and thank you for joining us. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noreen. Today we have brought top and trending news from across the nation and the world. Let's begin with the headlines. Judge blocked deadline for Trump's federal worker resignation program. Trump administration sued Illinois and Chicago over immigration laws. Bill Gates defended US aid after meeting with Trump at the White House. Trump signed order to sanction International Criminal Court over US and Israel cases. Judges blocked Trump's birthright citizenship order in Maryland and Washington. "176 new troopers graduate from New York State Police Academy. Panama refutes U.S. State Department's claim of free transit for U.S. warships. Bangladesh ex-Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina seeks justice after attack on Mujibur Rahman's historic house. Over 150 women raped after prison break in Congo. "102 venomous snakes, including 97 babies, found in Sydney backyard. Chicago Bears owner Virginia McCaskey dies at 102. And Real Madrid great Marcelo announces retirement. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. A federal judge on February 6, 2025 blocked the deadline for federal employees to accept President Trump's deferred resignation program. The Office of Personnel Management had set a deadline for workers to decide if they would accept the offer to resign with full pay and benefits until September 30. Judge George O'Toole stopped OPM from enforcing the deadline just hours before it was set to expire. The Justice Department confirmed that OPM would inform employees that the deadline is now paused. OPM had sent an email titled "Fork in the Road," offering more than 2 million federal workers the option to resign while keeping full pay. Those who chose to stay were warned that their jobs were uncertain due to expected agency downsizing. Four unions representing over 800,000 workers sued OPM, arguing that the program violated federal law. They warned that mass resignations could weaken the government and allow political influence over vacant positions. With federal funding set to expire on March 14, the legal battle over the resignation program is expected to continue in the coming weeks. The Trump Justice Department sued Illinois and Chicago, accusing them of blocking federal immigration enforcement. The lawsuit also targeted Cook County and its sheriff, claiming local laws protected undocumented migrants and made law enforcement harder. The complaint stated that more than 30,000 undocumented migrants had been arrested in Illinois between 2016 and 2025. The Justice Department argued that Chicago and Illinois officials allowed criminals to stay in the U.S. instead of handing them over for deportation. Illinois officials denied the claims, saying state laws followed federal rules. Governor J.B. Pritzker defended the Illinois Trust Act, saying it helped police fight crime while allowing them to arrest violent criminals. His office vowed to fight the lawsuit in court. The Justice Department also announced it would cut funding to areas that refused to follow immigration laws. Attorney General Pam Bondi, who took office, ordered federal prosecutors to act against states blocking Trump's immigration policies. Officials, including acting Deputy Attorney General Emil Bode, recently traveled to Chicago for enforcement operations. The legal battle is expected to continue in the coming months. Bill Gates met with President Trump at the White House to support continued funding for the U.S. Agency for International Development. Gates, a philanthropist and Microsoft co-founder, said he wanted to ensure that key foreign aid programs remained in place during the administration's reforms. Gates told NBC's Today Show that he had a short meeting with Trump and a longer discussion with White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, whom he called very thoughtful. He emphasized that U.S. aid was the best global development agency and that cutting it would be a major loss. The Trump administration has frozen foreign aid and placed most U.S. aid employees on administrative leave. The agency's website has been taken offline, and Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency has called it wasteful. Gates, who has not spoken to Musk about the issue, said it would be difficult to replace U.S. aid's expertise. He also noted that even in the private sector, you rarely lay off 100% of the people overnight. The White House has not confirmed whether Trump will reconsider the cuts. President Trump signed an executive order to sanction the International Criminal Court for its investigations of the United States and Israel. The order included financial sanctions and visa restrictions on ICC officials and their families who helped with these investigations. The move came after the ICC issued arrest warrants last November for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, former Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, and several Hamas leaders. The court accused Netanyahu and Gallant of using starvation as a weapon in Gaza and targeting civilians. Israeli officials rejected these claims as false and anti-Semitic. The timing of the order coincided with Netanyahu's visit to Washington, where he met with Trump in the Oval Office on February 4. Trump argued that the ICC had no authority over the U.S. or Israel as neither country signed the Rome Statute that established the court. Earlier this year, the House passed a bill to sanction the ICC, but Senate Democrats blocked it. The ICC, based in The Hague, relies on signatory nations to enforce its warrants, but the heads of state usually have legal immunity. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Two federal judges temporarily blocked President Trump's executive order aimed at ending birthright citizenship, a day after U.S. District Judge Deborah Boardman in Maryland issued a ruling. Judge John Kufner in Washington also stopped the order. Judge Kufner ruled that the executive order was unconstitutional, calling birthright citizenship a fundamental constitutional right. He granted a nationwide preliminary injunction, emphasizing that the law must be followed. He said the order's interpretation of the Constitution was flawed and did not align with Supreme Court precedent. In Maryland, Judge Boardman ruled that the executive order violated the Constitution, stating it contradicted the 14th Amendment. She agreed with immigrants' rights groups who argued that the president cannot strip citizens of their constitutional rights. This decision came after legal challenges from several immigrant rights organizations. Both rulings were in response to lawsuits filed after Trump's directive, which sought to deny citizenship to children born to certain non-citizen parents. The legal battles over the order are expected to continue. Immigrant rights advocates welcomed the decision as a win for families. Governor Kathy Hochul and Superintendent Stephen G. James honored 176 new state troopers who graduated from the 216th session of the basic school at the New York State Police Academy. The ceremony, held at the Empire State Plaza Convention Center in Albany, increased the state police ranks to 5,034 members. Governor Hochul commended the graduates for their commitment to public service and protecting New Yorkers, emphasizing the challenges faced by law enforcement today. Superintendent James noted the graduates' hard work over 6 months of rigorous training, welcoming them to one of the nation's most respected law enforcement agencies. Several awards were presented, including the Academic Achievement Award to Clayton D. Bob, the Firearms Proficiency Award to Hunter T. Ergetzinger, and the Investigator Joseph T. Aversa Physical Fitness Award to Oliver P. Valenti. Antonio M. Vecchio received the Class Representative Award chosen by his peers. The new troopers will begin field duty on February 7 or February 10. Over the next 10 weeks, they will undergo evaluations in a field training program supervised by senior officers. Now it's time for global updates. Panamanian President Jose Raul Mulino denied the U.S. State Department's claim that Panama had agreed to allow U.S. warships to pass through the Panama Canal without paying fees. Mulino stated that he had informed U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth that Panama could not set or exempt fees for canal transit. The U.S. State Department announced on social media that U.S. government vessels would now transit the canal free of charge, saving millions annually. Mulino responded, calling the statement false and intolerable. The Panama Canal Authority also clarified that no fee adjustments had been made and expressed willingness to discuss the issue with U.S. officials. This disagreement followed a visit by U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who had relayed President Trump's concerns about China's influence over the canal, which Panama refuted. Mulino emphasized that Panama's constitution and laws prohibit waiving canal fees. Sheikh Hasina, the former Prime Minister of Bangladesh, called for justice after the destruction of her father Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's historic home in Dhaka. The house where Mujibur Rahman declared Bangladesh's independence and was later assassinated was attacked and set on fire by a mob. In an emotional audio message, Hasina demanded to know why her father's legacy was being targeted. Have I not done enough? Why is this house, where my father gave the call for freedom, being destroyed? She asked, expressing both sorrow and frustration from her exile. The attack on the Dhanmondi residence was part of wider unrest following Hasina's removal from power. A group of protesters armed with tools and heavy machinery, attacked the house while chants for Hasina's execution echoed through the area. No law enforcement or emergency services were seen intervening, fueling suspicions that the authorities might have allowed the destruction. This violent act highlights the ongoing political tensions in the country since Hasina's ousting as opposition parties question the legitimacy of her leadership. In the future, Hasina's supporters may rally to rebuild her influence and reorganize her party, the Awami League, amid the unrest. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. The United Nations reported that at least 165 women were raped by male inmates following a prison break in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The incident occurred on January 27th when fighters from the M23 rebel group advanced towards Goma and prisoners escaped during the chaos. A video posted online showed hundreds of inmates fleeing as gunshots were heard and smoke filled the air. The UN confirmed the reports stating that the situation in Goma remains highly volatile. Many residents fled the city fearing health outbreaks and worsening conditions. The UN also raised concerns about the escalation of violence, with the M23 rebels advancing into Nebibi and getting closer to Bukavu. Congo accused Rwanda of using the rebels to loot mineral resources, while Rwanda claimed it was defending ethnic Tutsis. The UN has warned that sexual violence could increase as a weapon of war in the ongoing conflict. Last year, Doctors Without Borders treated over 25,000 survivors of sexual violence in Congo. A Sydney homeowner discovered 102 venomous snakes in their backyard, including 97 newborn red-bellied black snakes. Reptile Relocation Sydney was called after the homeowner spotted the snakes emerging from a mulch pile over 2 weeks. The snake removal team initially expected to find just a few snakes, but soon uncovered a large number. The snakes, mostly babies, were found piled together in a slithering mass. The red-bellied black snake is venomous but rarely causes fatal bites to humans, as these snakes are typically shy and only bite when threatened. Red-bellied snakes are common in eastern Australia and are most active during their breeding season in spring. Female snakes often gather to give birth, which seemed to be the case at this home in Horsley Park. The team successfully removed all 102 snakes, including 5 adults, and ensured the safety of the residents. The snakes were safely relocated. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Virginia McCaskey, the longtime owner of the Chicago Bears and daughter of team founder George Halas, passed away at the age of 102. She inherited the Bears from her father after his death in 1983. Despite being the principal owner, McCaskey kept a low profile and largely stayed out of the public eye. During her ownership, the Bears won a Super Bowl in 1986 and made another appearance 21 years later. McCaskey's eldest son, Michael, was given operational control, and later her other son, George, succeeded him as chairman. McCaskey focused on preserving her father's legacy while ensuring the team's future success. Under her leadership, the Bears also created the Bears Care program, which provided millions in grants to improve the lives of disadvantaged children and families in the Chicago area. McCaskey is survived by her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Her family remembered her as a dedicated leader, committed to both the Bears and the community. Marcelo, the legendary left back of Real Madrid, announced his retirement from professional football at 36. The Brazilian spent 16 years with the Spanish club, winning an impressive 6 La Liga titles and 5 Champions League trophies. He shared a video on social media expressing pride in his journey with Real Madrid. At 18, Real Madrid came knocking on my door, and now I can proudly say I am a true Madrileno, he said. Throughout his time with Los Blancos, Marcelo also won 2 Copa del Rey titles and 4 Club World Cups, making 546 appearances and scoring 38 goals. Real Madrid president Florentino Perez praised him as one of the greatest left-backs in football history. Marcelo also enjoyed a successful international career, earning 58 caps for Brazil and winning the 2013 Confederations Cup. He played in the 2014 and 2018 World Cups and won 2 Olympic medals. Marcelo's last club was Fluminense, where he helped win the Copa Libertadores in 2023. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 20,128.89. The NYSE Composite is increased by 164.28 points or 0.82%. Tokyo stock close price is 39,066.53. The Nikkei 225 index is increased by 235.05 points or 0.61%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,270.66. The Shanghai index is increased by 41.17 points or 1.27%. Hong Kong stock close price is 20,891.62. The Hang Seng index is increased by 294.53 points or 1.43%. Bombay stock close price is 78,058.16. The Sensex index is decreased by 213.12 points or 0.27%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Judge blocked deadline for Trump's federal worker resignation program. Trump administration sued Illinois and Chicago over immigration laws. Bill Gates defended US aid after meeting with Trump at the White House. Trump signed order to sanction International Criminal Court over US and Israel cases. Judges block Trump's birthright citizenship order in Maryland and Washington. "176 new troopers graduate from New York State Police Academy. Panama refutes U.S. State Department's claim of free transit for U.S. warships. Bangladesh ex-Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina seeks justice after attack on Mujibur Rahman's historic house. Over 150 women raped after prison break in Congo. "102 venomous snakes, including 97 babies, found in Sydney backyard. Chicago Bears owner Virginia McCaskey dies at 102. And Real Madrid great Marcelo announces retirement. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel, and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all smart TVs and Roku TV, Amazon TV, Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.